my name is Mel and welcome to my Mounjaro journey, and on this channel we do all things GLP-1. Welcome back to my lovely subscribers who hold me accountable week in and week out, and I haven't been around for a couple of weeks. It's been rather a hot minute with a lot of things going on. So yeah, I'm back, but I'm sorry that I haven't been around for a little bit. And to all the new people that have joined in the interim, I'm sorry there's been a break. But yeah, lots of things have been happening. But thank you for joining us, and I hope you all enjoy the journey. Now, the trip I went on. I went down to see my brother. My brother has dementia caused by a fall he had. And this was some years ago. And the last time I saw him was a year and a half ago, because Matey, really. I didn't want to put Matey under stress because he has terrible separation anxiety from me. So I did this with a heavy heart. Oh, hello, he's come to see me. I did this with a bit of a heavy heart, leaving him with the other half. Not the other half do anything wrong, but basically he just pines for me. But social services were making it difficult for me not to go down. And not the social worker herself, but higher ups. So I undertook this journey. Terrible, as you can see from these little videos here I'm going to put up, absolutely terrible weather I went down in. Thankfully I didn't have to come back in terrible weather. But yeah, it wasn't great. I got down there and I was supposed to stay for 3 days. Come back, I went on the Monday, come back on the Thursday. I came back on the Wednesday in the end because seriously, Matey he just didn't cope very well. The other half, let's put it this way, was up at 4 in the morning the first night, because well, yeah, carpet cleaner at 4 in the morning. You get what I'm saying there. He suddenly decided to wake up and find that I wasn't there, and probably because he's old, he didn't think, oh, she's away. He's thinking, what the hell's happened? He's forgotten I've gone. So anyway, on the trip, I went down to, I met my brother's social worker. We've spoken on the phone, but I've actually met her now. And his main care worker who comes in, who's lovely. And yeah, thankfully the stuff I was doing was sorting out paperwork and things, which meant I could sit down, because by the time I got down there I was in a lot of pain from driving. And I stayed overnight with a friend, well, 2 nights. My food, first day I got some Starbucks coffee things from the chiller cabinet and a sandwich at the first petrol stop I made. The coffee's too sweet for me now. I used to drink them, but too sweet for me. And the sandwich I got from the petrol station was so salty, and it made me feel really quite unwell, to be fair. Person I was staying with, a friend, my auntie who passed away last year. She's a friend of my mum's, but I called her auntie anyway. She passed away last year, and I stayed with her husband. And yeah, bless him, he got cereals and bread. I didn't want any of them, so I just very delicately declined and said, excuse me, I got an itch. Delicately declined and said, I'm you know, I'm not feeling very hungry at the moment, so please don't be offended, but I'll just have a cup of tea, thank you. So that's what I did. I had a cup of tea in the morning with him, and actually it was quite nice because I connected with him. He had a memorial on the table for his wife and beautiful pictures, and we connected and was talking about her, and it was a really positive time. which is always good. And the first morning I decided I was going to go and get some food from my brother because he didn't have a lot in. So I got him chicken casserole from Marks and Spencer, chicken casserole dumplings, and I got one for each of us. Some vegetables that you steam in the microwave because he doesn't use a... Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah, he needs his dinner, so he's giving me a hard time. He's just been smashing up the washing machine. He's doing well today, aren't you? He says, no, not really. I'm not getting anything to eat. It's terrible here. They make me do all the work. Don't pay me any poor pennies, and then they beat me up. Anyway, so it was really nice to sit there and talk about, because I mean, I've known her since I was born. And, you know, it's 55 years of knowing her, and it was the first time I'd entered that house and she wasn't there. So that was quite hard for me. And he did say, I hope you don't mind sitting at the table. And I said, no, it's fine. You know, it's nice to see. So we shared a lot of memories and things. And I went, the first morning I went back into my old hometown, which I miss quite a lot. And I went into the Marks in there. Funnily enough, came across a lady who I used to speak to on a regular basis when I went in there when I was younger, and looking after Mum. And she asked me how I was. And anyway, I bought my brother the chicken casserole with dumplings, and I got one for myself and steamed veg. And then I found a cheap... it's cabbage in an onion sauce, and I thought, or an onion gravy type thing. So I thought, do you know what? It's cheap. If I just dump half the veg on our plates and half of that and the casserole, and he'll either eat it all or he won't, but it's not a bad meal for him. And I thought, well, I'm quite hungry. I haven't really eaten properly in the last 2 days, so I'm happy to have a larger meal. On the GLP-1, I'm on Mounjaro. I don't always suffer with feeling too full, but what I do seem to get is about half hour or so, maybe 40 minutes after eating, I'll get a full feeling here as it's going into the tummy. So it didn't matter because I hadn't eaten a lot anyway, so having a larger meal didn't matter. I didn't calorie count, so I can't tell you what the calories were. And I had fruit. I got myself fruit and had that. And I bought us some little Colin the Caterpillar individual Swiss roll things, you know, the Halloween ones they had. And we shared those while I was going through all the paperwork. And then I bought some of these. Oh, that was a mistake. Because when I came home, I got some petrol at the petrol station. And I bought myself, because it's Marks and Spencer's at the petrol station I go to, which is the one around the corner from where I used to live. It's so nice sometimes going back to where you used to live. Anyway, so I got, because I was leaving at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I've got myself a all-day breakfast sandwich, and they only had one of those, and a egg, mayonnaise and maple bacon sandwich, because you never know how long you're going to be on the road. You know, all it takes is for somebody to have an accident and you've got a tailback for 5 hours. So it's always good to have something to eat. I bought 3 packets of those. I don't want to tell you what the calories are. All I can tell you is none of that made it back home. So I was a bit naughty there. And I went down on Halloween, and all I could find was one packet of these, which I still have. There you go. So the trip wasn't bad. I probably should have planned my food more, maybe taken some food down that I like to eat. No cottage cheese or anything like that, which I like eating. So, yeah, we've all got to have a week like that, haven't we, or a few days. Oh, pardon me, I'm burping there. But the trip was successful to a point. Matey didn't enjoy it, but I'm not going to go down again while Matey's still around. That's going to, you know, I now know it's going to push him too hard. So we're not doing that. So on the back of all that food information, it's Christmas soon. The C word. We mustn't mention it, must we? This is going to be my first Christmas on a GLP-1, though last Christmas I was losing weight by calorie deficit, and I really didn't change my weight between when my hepatologist weighed me on the 5th of December to when I started Mounjaro. I was a bit up and down, but I managed. I didn't lose any more, but I did okay. So, because Christmas is coming up, there was 3 little things I thought we could do. I'd love to hear about your Christmas eating plans. If this is your first year on Mounjaro or a GLP-1, or if it's maybe your second year, and how did you cope last Christmas? What did you do? What were things that you changed about your Christmas meal? I'd love to hear about it. We can sort of discuss it and things. Also, a Q&A, because coming up to Christmas, we don't need to be sitting talking about what Eli Lilly are doing and this, that and the other. It'd be nice to just have a really easy little video. You ask me what you want to ask me. It can be about anything to do with Mounjaro, that, you know, or a GLP-1. Obviously, remembering that I've never taken Wegovy, but hey ho. Ask me anything that you don't understand about, you know, any of the medical things that I've talk about in some of my videos. Maybe just want to ask me some questions. Maybe ask me my favourite film or favourite band or something like that. Anything you want to ask, and we'll do a Q&A. I think I have my email is under the banner on the channel. There's the sort of like bio, and I think I'll go and check, and I'll put it down in the comments anyway. But I think my email address is down there, so you can email all this through to me, so you don't have to worry about sort of just putting it as a comment. But yeah, if you want to email any of this and send it to me, and we'll do a video on it. Also, what would be quite nice for the new year, so if you can do this before Christmas and I can collate it ready for the new year, a before and after video. So if you want to send me some pictures of your before and after and your story, and we can include it and start the year off on a positive note, showing not just me but you as well. And even if we put on a bit of weight over Christmas, which anybody can do, even if you're on a GLP-1, if you overeat slightly or eat the wrong things, you can put a little bit on. We've got something to focus on for the new year, because because of my weight, I'm going to be going a lot longer than a lot of people. So yeah, do that. That'll be great, and we can have a good couple of videos, and maybe cut this time next year we can, or even middle of next year, have another before and after session where we can show how we're doing within 6 months, and then come Christmas next year, we'll have a lot more information to pass on to anybody new who's joining us. Yeah, it'd be great. I'd love to do that. So send me in your questions and answers, what you want to eat at Christmas and what you've eaten before at Christmas, and before and after pics and your story. Let's focus on you for Christmas. Now, I did have somebody ask me about clothing, doing t-shirt try-ons and things. So there's a couple of things that have happened with clothing. So first of all, and I want to apologise about these pictures. I didn't realise when I took them in May how dirty the mirror was. And I can only assume this is from the dog barking. When he barks. You can't actually see it on the mirror. It's only by taking a photograph. I've cleaned it, of course, now. That was not very good, was it, having it so messy? But anyway, I want to show you this. This t-shirt I'm wearing here, and as I say, ignore all the spotty bits, is a 2XL. Okay. These two were taken back in May. Is it 2 or 3? Whatever's coming up on the screen, were taken back in May of if somebody's watching this in a few years, May of 2025, okay? And this was taken, I think it was about a month ago, maybe a little less. So this will be around about October-ish 2025. Now, it's not changing a lot because a 2XL is quite a small thing on me. But I've noticed under the arms it's less tight. The stomach area is my biggest issue. And we'll look at that in another couple of pictures in a minute. But it is changing. You can see that my shape is changing and it's smaller. But the shape is still... I call it fatty Mel. The tummies. So yeah, it's still not great, but it'll come down. It's got to come down eventually, hasn't it? So I just also wanted to put in here, talking about Halloween, as it's now November the 7th today. So three years ago on Halloween, I went as, I don't know what I went as. I had a hat and a veil and black, and because black. But I did this face makeup, which I'm not very good. I'm not very artistic with it, but I just did this face makeup. I don't know if that looks any different. I look any different to that. I still have this. I still have that. My cheeks, because when I smile, I got cheekbones up there. But of course, I'm starting to lose the elasticity now as I'm getting older. But that's what I look like. Also, bear in mind, I had white face makeup on, which obviously brings out all the flaws and makes you look bigger anyway. But that was 3 years ago. And this one here was, I think, 4 years ago. A Christmas video I was doing with Halloween stuff. Would you believe Halloween? Yeah, yep, still could buy it. Go to the right shops, you could still buy Halloween. You still can at this time of year and Christmas. So yeah, I don't know if my face is... I'll sit up. I don't know if it's really changed that much. I would like to get rid of these somehow. I know that's gonna wobble, but it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, you know, look at me. I've got lots of wrinkles. I'm an old lady now. That sounds weird. I still think, do you still think of yourself as like 18 or something? I do. In my head, I'm still 18. I've got that mentality. Never mind. Right, we were moving on to clothes. Oh, well, we were on the clothes. So that was what I looked at. Hello, matey. What I looked like 3 and 4 years ago, and next on this is when I went to see Foo Fighters in June 2024. And I was wearing, you've seen this before, I was wearing this Nirvana t-shirt. I'm always ironic. I go and see the Foo Fighters, I wear a Nirvana t-shirt. To be fair, I couldn't find a Foo Fighters t-shirt that would get anywhere near to fitting me. They're starting to get close to fitting me, the ones I've got. I've got a lot. So anyway, I'll do those next time. Anyway, so this Nirvana t-shirt here is the same Nirvana t-shirt that I'm wearing last Tuesday with a pair of, listen to this, size 24 jeggings. Now these are quite stiff jean-like jeggings. They do have some give, but they're quite stiff, and I quite like that, to be honest. I prefer that than sort of something that's all like lycra or anything like that. So I think I can see a difference there. I mean, I must be able to, because I'm like, I was 29 stone at that point. So I must be, what would I say? Oh, I'm not going to say that because that gives it away, doesn't it? We'll do that in a bit. So yeah, that's the difference. I also wanted to show you this. This is a night dress, size 24-26. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Really difficult to get any t-shirts that fit me. I've got a couple off of Amazon that was size 6XL, which, like this thing here, is absolutely massive on me now. This is a Snoopy one, by the way. Does anyone like Snoopy? This is a nightie. Anyway, so yeah, so 24-26. I haven't been able to go into a shop in years and purchase something. I did only actually do this over the internet, and I thought, oh, it's going to be very tight, but maybe it'll be all right for next year. So as you can see, this is me with them on, with it on, I should say. And yeah, my tummy is a little bit there, but it's, you know, it's okay. It's not too bad at all. But this is what was really interesting. When I went to buy those on Halloween, I went into the lift and I saw myself in the mirror and I thought, I sort of look normal. Do you get that? Is that something you suffer with? Do you look at yourself and go, I look normal, and then at another time think, I don't look normal at all, I still look fat? I suffer with that a lot. On the side view, as you can see here, I still say I look fat, but I'm obviously nowhere near as fat as I was. But this front view, but this, I've got size, I had size 26 jeggings on that day because they still fit. They don't quite fall off. They're baggy. There's a gap in between my legs. I'm not saying I've got a tiny, you know, I'm not that tiny on my legs, but I've got a gap there. My jacket's falling off me. And actually, if I saw somebody coming along the street looking like that, I wouldn't think, oh my God, look at the poor woman, she's so fat. Because I can say that because I've been that way. I would think, oh, what a lovely t-shirt. I wouldn't even notice the woman, I'd just see the t-shirt. And I thought to myself, I sort of look normal. I mean, I know I'm still fat, but I sort of look normal. So I was really sort of, I don't take photographs of myself in the outside world. You know, I don't really take, that's why I haven't got a lot of photographs of me when I'm this big. You'll see the same ones over and over again. But then on the back of that, I again, Nightmare Before Christmas. I went into Asda the other day to pick something up, and I just happened to look at the pyjamas. I've always had this thing about getting a set of pyjamas, creepy Halloweeny type pyjamas. And Nightmare Before Christmas, it doesn't matter. It covers both camps, doesn't it? Christmas and Halloween. And I thought, I quite like that. 4XL I looked for, and they didn't have one. I don't think a 3XL is going to fit me. Anyway, 4XL happened to be sitting on the front. It was almost like, here, take me. So I looked at it, I thought, well, it may fit, and if it's not good this year, it'll certainly be good next year. Got it home, tried it on. Here is what we got. Now, you can see the top is it's a little tight on my midriff. And you can see my tummy shape and all this, that and the other. But I decided to pull the t-shirt, as you can see on these pictures, pull the t-shirt right in, so you can see my midriff and my lower tummy, my apron. But the midriff is the thing that is the problem for your liver. Okay, so I really need to get rid of this. So I'm working on it, but it takes its time. Yeah, fat doesn't just dissolve away, and Mounjaro or any GLP-1 does not dissolve it for you. But this is a 4XL. I put the trouser bottoms on expecting them not to fit. They fit perfectly. They may even be too big by next year, but I would think certainly by next year the top will be fine. If not a bit big. Wait, I hope it is a bit big, to be perfectly fair. If I haven't got it a bit big by then, it's going to be a bit rubbish, isn't it? But I only paid £16 for them, and I thought, well, for a lounging around suit in at Christmas, it's okay. Could be worse. So I hope you enjoyed those little pictures. We'll do some more again soon. Now, the exciting news that came through the post. I'm going to read bits off of here. Now, I'll put bits up. I got my report from the hepatologist. So the diagnosis, and I'll put this up for you, is metabolic dysfunction associated with steatotic liver disease at risk of advanced fibrosis. My enhanced liver fibrosis score was 10.3. I think it's 10.56 is definitely cirrhosis. So you see how close I was. That was summer of 2024. Okay. And ultrasound October 2024. Liver appears hyperechotic, in keeping with fatty liver disease, spleen enlarged, measuring 140 centimetres would be out here somewhere. It's 140 millimetres, so it's just a mistake there. Now look, weight. Do you remember we talked about this? And I weighed in at 148 kilos on my scales, and I was half a kilo, 147.5. Well, she's actually put it down, look, as 147 kilos. She obviously doesn't like the pluses. She's, being kind on that. But I told you that as soon as I got this, I would show you, and that is the weight she's put down for this time. Okay, so I'm going to read out this bit because I'll show this to you in a second. But our plan from clinic is to repeat the blood tests, which we did. Ultrasound scan of the abdomen, which I actually have next Wednesday, and follow up in 1 year. I reviewed Mel today in hepatology clinic. She has done remarkably well, and in total has lost, at that time, 7 stone in weight. It was a bit more than that, wasn't it? Since I saw her in December, she has lost 26 kilos after making significant changes to her diet and starting Mounjaro. I have congratulated her. I haven't checked if that's right. 26. So if we say 47, so that would be 60, 73. No, that's right. 26 kilos after making significant changes to her diet and starting Mounjaro. I have congratulated her on this and encouraged her to continue this phenomenal success. So basically, she then talked about the fact that we were going to do a liver biopsy, and then I've sort of backed out of it because I'm scared. But she's happy to proceed with a more watch and wait approach, particularly considering her ELF test was not within the cirrhotic range, and her ultrasound last year did not demonstrate any features of cirrhosis, although her spleen was slightly enlarged. To continue monitoring her liver, I have suggested some up-to-date blood tests and a repeat ultrasound, but I'm happy to see her on a yearly basis and re-stratify her risk for liver disease next year with a repeat ELF test. So, exactly what I said to you. So I'm going to put this up in a minute, but no, I wasn't doing videos, was I, when I last went there? She doesn't give me numbers. Okay, I can get hold of them, and I will try and do that, but I am going to go and have a blood test with my doctors, so they will do a lot of these. But anyway, full blood count, normal. Urea and electrolytes, normal. Liver function test, normal. Coagulation test, normal. What was the other one we did? Lipids, wasn't it? I think she did. All normal. Nothing abnormal on this at all. She did something called an AFP3. It's normal, but it's a cancer marker for liver cancer. As I say, it was normal. HbA1c. Eli Lilly, if you're watching, take note. HbA1c 27. That's normal. Perfectly normal. Not slightly normal. Perfectly normal. I can't believe that my blood sugar is that low. I really can't. But it is. And you know how much problem I've had with the weight going up and down in the last few months. So it's not that I'm eating loads of sugary rubbish and highly calorific food all the time. I would say it's just a plateau of sorts. Talking of that, let's go on to the numbers. Okay, right. Bear with me with this. You will get all these up on the screen, but for those that are listening rather than watching. On the 13th of the 10th, I was 145.1 kilograms. If I can find that, I will. Which is 22 stone, 11.9 pounds. Oh, sorry. The week I went away, the 20th of the 10th, I was 144.8 kilos when I weighed and then took my jab on that Monday morning, which is 22 stone, 11.2 pounds. On the 27th, the week I came back, the week after I'd been down, my apologies, 144.40 kilos, which is 22 stone, 10.3 pounds. This Monday, 3rd of the 11th, 2025, I weighed in at 144.85 kilos. Water, gotta be. 22 stone, 11.3 pounds. I was also quite constipated, and I know we talk about that and we go, constipated. It's one of the things that happens on a GLP-1. You're not going to get away with it. It'll happen to somebody most of the time when they're on GLP-1s. Some level of the dosing is better than others. I've found nothing on 2.5, but then I was also on metformin. And metformin tummy is, if you know, you know. Everything goes through you. But as soon as I got up to 5, I came off it, didn't I? So, yeah, the constipation it can be quite bad sometimes. I employ prunes, so yeah. So that was it, 22 stone, 11.3. I weighed in yesterday, just for the hell of it. In fact, I weigh every day, but you know, I weighed in. This is the lowest I've been in so long. 143.75 kilos, 22 stone, 8.9 pounds. And I weighed in today. I've gone up again. 144.15 kilos, which is 22 stone, 9.8 pounds. But on yesterday's weight of the 143.75 kilos, that was a total loss, with and without Mounjaro, of 50.84 kilos, which is 8 stone, 1.33 ounces, or 112.083 pounds. A long way to go, but by crikey, I'd hit the 8 stone mark. That's a few ounces down below it today, but I've hit it. That's where I was. That was my weight. So my total weight loss now on Mounjaro is 4 stone, 8 pounds. That's it. So far. Next week is the last week of 5 milligrams, milligrams. Get my teeth in. And then I go up to 7.5. We shall see if I have a bit of a boost with 7.5 or whether I feel I've been in a bit of a plateau since about the end of August. I've moved, I have lost, but in October it was on average £0.5 pound a week. And I would like to sort of see if it will move a bit more. But hey, yeah, slowly catchy monkey. So I hope you're all good. Don't forget to leave me comments down below. And yeah, question and answer session for the Christmas video. Tell me your Christmas eating plans and send me some before and after pictures and your story, and we'll make a nice video for the new year. Lovely to see you again, and I'm so sorry it's been so long this time, but you have a great week. Take care. Bye.